All right. Hello and welcome to another game pickup video where I got a ton of games to get through and we're just going to get started. Porky's for the Atari 2600. That was a find I went to the middle of the country to get. Along with Tapper for the Atari 2600. Quest for Quentin Roux. I don't even know what this is. I've never even heard of it, so I'm excited to play that one. Sesame Street. What do we got? Alpha Beam with Ernie. Alpha Beam with Ernie. I think you learn your alphabets with Ernie. Sesame Street game. Star Wars the arcade game. That's for the 2600. Bingo for the 2600. And Frontline for the 2600. Yeah, this one's not in the best of shape when it comes to the labeling. So this would make it a reproduction label. On to the next ones. Crazy Critters for the Atari 8-bit computer. Flight Simulator 2 for the Atari 8-bit computers. This actually came with the Atari XE game system, which is on my wish list. I want an Atari XE game system. Next up for the Odyssey 2, we have Alpine Skiing. I'm going to run out of room over here on the side of my desk. And this one is for the Odyssey 2, and it is Out of This World and Helicopter Rescue. Out of This World and Helicopter Rescue. And next up for the Odyssey 2, we have Pocket Billiards. I'm going to have to get out my Odyssey 2. That's going to have to happen. Got to get out the Odyssey 2. And Blackjack for the Odyssey 2. There's still more. For the Game Boy Advance, Mission Impossible. Desert Strike for the Game Boy Advance. I never even knew this existed. That's awesome. Splinter Cell for the Game Boy Advance. One of my favorite games, SimCity 2000 for the Game Boy Advance. Once again, I didn't know that existed. Kim Possible for the Game Boy Advance. And then Yogi Bear for the Game Boy Color. I didn't know that one existed either. And that one I got with a Game Boy Color that actually works. Light reflecting off, but yeah, it works. I mean, which is awesome. Look at this. I mean, this thing works. I know the glare off of that light. Oh, it's bad. But there you go. Yogi Bear. What do we give you sound? And I can't see it. Single player. Let's see if we can do something. What do we got here? Oh, I can't make any of this out. Oh. Okay. I'm saying start. I don't know how to play. And it's not starting. So we're going to shove that off to the side. And 8 Eyes for the Nintendo Entertainment System. Jurassic Park for the NES. My favorite monster of all time is Godzilla on the NES. I know it's not a popular game on the NES, but it's one of my favorites. Look, I got the whole side of my desk over is covered in games. Super Pinball for the NES, for the Super NES. And we got Frantic Flea for the NES. This game's going to need a lot of cleanup. Look at this. Oh my goodness. So that should be a good video right there. And then we got Castlevania 4 for the Super Nintendo. We got Top Gear 3000 for the Super NES. Mortal Kombat 3 for the NES. For the Super NES, that is. And then last but not least, Utopia for the Super NES. And that covers my game pickups for the last few months. There's a lot. I've been traveling. I've been doing a lot of travel for work. And some of these games got picked up in my travels for work. Some were gifted to me. But thank you for watching, and I'll be seeing you.